everybody. Welcome back to Off the Shelf. Welcome back to our first episode of 2026, and we are starting it off with a bang. If you are listening, you might not notice anything different about this episode just yet. If you are watching, you will realize that we are not in the studio. We are not in any sort of studio. I'm at home because the bulk of this episode was actually filmed in New Orleans for the People We Meet on Vacation movie. And if you have seen any solo episode on this podcast, I think I probably mentioned it in all of them at this point, you will know that People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry is first of all, my favorite Emily Henry novel of all time, and probably one of my favorite romance novels of all time. I don't know, I mean, I do know what it is about this book, but just something spoke to me about it, something made me fall in love with it. So when Netflix was like, hey, do you want to come to New Orleans and watch an early screening of the film? And not only that, the next day, sit down with Emily Henry herself, Brett Haley, who directed the film, Tom Blyth, and Emily Bader. Yeah, absolutely. I will be, just name the time and the place and I will be there. This felt like a dream come true. Like, I wish I had the words to even explain this entire thing because it feels like a dream. It feels like a dream to be a sliver of a part of my favorite book and now one of my favorite adaptations. It was incredible. So this episode is my interview with Emily Henry and Brett Haley, and then my interview with Emily Bader and Tom Blyth. They were lovely human beings. They were genuinely so fun and kind and supportive because transparently I was a bit nervous going into those interviews. I had never done a virtual or physical press junket before in my life, but they made it so much fun, and I hope all of you enjoy listening or watching as much as I enjoyed doing it. I have some rapid fire book recs that I'm going to ask you for.
Oh gosh,
we are ready because I'm a book talker. My last name is Book. It's just all very fitting.
I can't believe that's your actual last name. Luckiest girl alive.
Thank you so much. Wow. I can never get married and change my last name.
No,
don't.
You
don't
need to. Your partner should take your last name.
Yes.
What you can't top that.
Bob Book.
Bob Book.
There we go.
Yeah.
Bob the Builder Book.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys ready?
Yeah.
What's a book you wish you could read again for the first time?
Honestly, Normal People.
Ooh, okay.
Pride and Prejudice.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Amazing answers. What's a book that taught you something?
This is when I will want to answer for everything, but This Time Tomorrow by Emma Straub, which is a really fun genre-bent book, and it emotionally taught me something.
I'm going to say Crying in H Mart.
What's a book you loved growing up?
The Giver.
Oh, same.
The Witches.
Yes,
The
All
Witches.
Roald Dahl.
Yeah, or James and the Giant Peach. I go back and forth, but I remember viscerally being so affected by The Witches when I was a kid, and I loved it.
I was the BFG. That was my favorite.
Same.
Yeah. What's a book that hasn't been adapted yet, but you would love to see it on the screen?
B-Trade, Book Lovers, Happy Place.
Oh no, I do have an answer. Well, I have two. Can I say two?
Yeah.
First of all, any Kennedy Ryan romance would love to see. While we're at it, I'm going to say any Sherry Thomas historical romance I would love to see. And then my third one is an out there one, The Change by Kirsten Miller. I'm pretty sure, double check me on that. This book is amazing. It was pitched to me as Witches of Eastwick meets Big Little Lies, and that sounds bananas, but it is so good. It's so good.
I mean, I just brought this movie up, and the reason I want to this book up, and the reason I want to reread it is because I've always dreamed of making it into a movie, but it's The Sun Also Rises.
Wow.
I want to make that into a movie.
Yeah.
Because to me, the yearning between Jake and Lady Brett, just
your namesake.
I know.
You're named after her.
I don't know. That book hit me when I was young, and I just remember it. So it's such a visual film, and we shot a lot of this movie in Spain. So also going back to Spain.
Yeah.
I would say that one. I also am just excited. The company that was the production company on this is doing Tomorrow, Tomorrow, and Tomorrow.
Yeah,
they're adapting that, and I'm so excited about that. I love that book, and I can't wait to see it.
Well, you're a gamer.
And I'm a gamer, so I'm excited to see what they do with the video games.
Okay, now Book Talk is like a crazy space, especially for a book that was so popular on the platform. Were there any non-negotiables from the get-go of adapting this film where you were like, the readers need this?
Yes, many.
Yeah, there were many. It was not a short list.
No.
Brett called me our first phone call. He introduced himself and was like, would you mind giving me a list of scenes that need to be in, quotes that need to be in? And I was like, I can't be precious about this. However, I'm representing the readership here, and I do think I sent you a long.
Yeah. Yep.
It was, but I think the big one, the balcony scene, we knew needed to be in.
Yeah, I think there were certain moments, lines, and things do everything we can to have that included. it was also things that they would not do, because things do change in an adaptation just naturally from a book to a movie. And Emily was so great about being like, that doesn't quite work for them, or the readers would not enjoy that, seeing that difference. So I was very sensitive to that and making sure that, again, for me it was, and again, where Emily writes from and where I direct from is character. It's not plot. Character drives plot, not the other way around. So for us, it was always like, what is true to Poppy and Alex? Why did readers respond to Poppy and Alex and their love story? How do we make sure that that's absolutely mirrored in the movie?
Yeah. Okay, last one. Who are you more like, Poppy or Alex?
You're more like Poppy, I think.
100%.
I think you're more like Poppy. Which one am I? We're both.
Gosh, you're like this
I'm a
weird
mix.
of
I am.
both,
Yeah.
I think.
I am
But
a mix.
No, we're both Leos.
I know,
We
that's
have,
why
like,
I was
that
lending.
Poppy energy.
Yeah.
But you're a little more maybe neurotic
Yeah.
than me.
Yeah.
Like in the best way.
Yeah.
In the best way.
Yeah.
Like,
I
so
think
you
I
have that
yeah.
Alex brain where I don't think I have.
Yeah.
Although, you know what?
You're
I
kind of-
do
you can have
plan.
neuroses.
I like a planning.
Yeah.
Because of directing, you have to plan. So I'm always like.
And you do the worm a lot.
I do the worm a lot.
Constantly.
I will say this, there's a thing about when you date someone who wants to plan a vacation, someone who wants to wing it, this is how you get through it. I think I saw this on Jay Shetty.
Okay.
I think Jay Shetty said this, so it's not me, it's Jay
Yeah.
Shetty. But one day, plan.
Oh.
The other day, don't plan.
Yeah.
And then go back and
perfect.
forth.
Here's how I am both Poppy and Alex. I want to go on vacation that someone else planned. I don't want to plan it. I want to show up and you tell me.
But you like an itinerary.
I like an itinerary, but you just tell me where I'm going. I don't even need to know ahead of time. You just say, this is where we're going. I mean, like, you
I'm
are a
too
person.
much of a control freak.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, here's a dinner restaurant. Let's eat here, whatever. And I'm like, great.
Great,
That's ideal.
But I'm the one. And I'm learning to be more like one day, like, let's plan it. And then one day,
Wander.
like, whatever.
Yeah.
Let's just be in the moment, be present.
Because Jay Shetty helps
Jay
you.
Shetty helps a lot, yeah. Yeah.
What do Vacation Tom and Emily look like?
I like doing stuff. I like experiencing whatever the local area has to offer. So I'm kind of explorative when I'm on holiday. What about you?
I mean, I tend to want to be in the ocean as many hours as possible. I do a lot of looking for shells.
Oh, that's
That's
nice.
probably what I spend the most
The
hours
shell
on.
collection? I love it.
I do. I have, and I want to make it into jewelry. That's it's gonna be my side hustle.
Oh my God, yeah, I love it.
Except it's like so hard to make jewelry. I think.
It really is. All crafting is a bit
It's
tough
so
these times. So
like intricate.
Emily, in an interview, you had talked about how Pride and Prejudice was a favorite movie of yours, and there was a line in the movie that like helped you get into an English accent. Was there any lines or movies that helped you get into the mind of Poppy?
I mean, character-wise, I think I was very inspired by Meg Ryan in a lot of her roles, but we always talking about When Harry Met Sally. But I think French Kiss is one of my favorite movies. I don't know if you've seen that one. You
No,
should.
not yet,
So
but
good.
I absolutely will.
She's in Paris. But there's this moment when she's walking down the street and the guy she's with is like kind of grumpy. Alex could be kind of grumpy sometimes.
Sometimes.
And she says, "Oh, beautiful. Wish you were here." And that's what I did.
Now, Tom, you've talked about how you've been wanting to get into like the rom-com space and you've been reading these rom-com scripts. What about Alex drew you to that character?
He's not like me. Like, we are quite different. And I kind of like the idea of play. At first I was a bit scared, and then Brett convinced me that I could play this guy. Because I was like, I don't know that I know my way into him, because he's so like rigid sometimes, and he's so kind of like withdrawn sometimes, and I kind of didn't get it. And then I met Brett, and Brett was like, here's who he actually is, and it just pulled me in. And I think I liked the challenge of playing someone who was kind of restrained.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, on that same topic, like, Alex hates flip-flops and Poppy hates running. What is something that you both hate?
Oh my God,
I feel like
you know,
we both.
I actually do know.
What?
I think it's a serious problem when people in the airport don't take their tray and put it in the tray pile.
That's such
It
a
is
good one.
So simple, and yet at least 50%
Yeah.
of the earth doesn't seem to
Yeah.
know that it's like right.
Do you know
Like,
what?
it's right and wrong.
Yeah.
You know, if you leave it, you're just holding everyone up.
It's objective truth. Do you know what else airport related I hate?
Yeah, go for it.
When we're waiting so long to get off the plane and it's your turn to stand up and get your stuff and you're just not ready. Dawdling. The dawdling. It just
I'm probably a dawdler.
no. I have to leave.
I'm somewhere in the middle, but with the airport trays, like I will stack up the empty ones because I'm like, what are you guys
do other
doing?
people's
Like,
because
I don't
Yeah,
get
put
I
it.
go full
tray down.
Karen on the trays.
Common
And then you gotta
sense
get
is
up and
not
get your
common.
bag and you
and
gotta
then
get
my
out.
blood pressure rises, it's a problem.